kingdom from the concrete. Overpower, Prodigy. Yeah, the crown is what I came for. Overpower, Prodigy.
Hello, hello. Welcome back. We're in round 7. I'm a little under the weather, so bear with me here. Joe's got his Time Traveler deck. We get the pleasure of seeing again. Tons of heals, Asclepion, and Noor with his combat deck. Instead of Leonidas, he's got Wukong, and then Jane in the back, which I love. That 2 that you can throw post-concession is just as scary as the Billy attacks, if not more so, because of the surprise factor. Joe placing Napoleon of Crime, Team White of Void. Had to show Noor's like, what does that card do? Love that. Noor's got the Cloud Surfing, 1 energy, 6 power card on Zorro, and his Aspect. Only placing 4. Looks like Joe places 5. He's got a Teamwork. Who knows if he has food for it? An Ally. Mummy 5 heal, permanent record, Mummy heal, and then that Napoleon of Crime. Expect a low bid. Yep, 1. Noor probably goes 1 or 2. Looks like he grabbed 2. Oh no, just 1 to 1. So I think Joe's going first here. Joe probably going to try and take a hit or 2, maybe just 1, and then rabbit so he can go and get that Asclepion train rolling. Leaves with an ally. Interesting to target Deja. Nor save the 3 in hand to block that ally. I like that play. 4 make an additional. Oh yeah, saved a 4 as well. Well done, Noor. He can make 1 more attack. He declines the additional. Oof, big 11 from Wukong. Joe's last card, the Heimdall. He's actually happy to see it because Noor has no other specials showing for an attack. He draws the Any Hero Heal. Worst time to get it. I think Joe has 2 cards in hand, not 1. But one of them is useless. So now Joe has a decision, depending on what the last card in his hand is. He could throw that Mummy 5, force Noor to spend the 6 to win Venture. Still has yet to take a hit. Oh, he does have a power card. Throws a Teamwork. Interesting, he's going for Deja. There's another 6. I think most people run Deja pretty lean. Probably has 4, at most 5 cards for her in his deck. She's kind of the sacrificial lamb. The trickery. Plays Hades to reset the Venture. So Joe still has initiative, but only 3 cards placed to Noor's 4. But Deja does have some damage on her. That went better for Joe than I expected, honestly. And still, Joe has yet to take any hits. Noor wisely not throwing attacks until he can get the full KO. It's got to be tempting to throw that 1 energy at the Mummy. But I guess he didn't want the 5 to come back across, and then Deja would be 3 from death. Because you have to see any of her cards, so. Oof, there's an 8 on Moriarty. Luckily, Noor does have the Cloud Surfing to protect, but. Time Traveler 6, which is an 8 against high energy characters. Deja's not quite there with a 6. Almost enough to bump that 6 special into an 8. There's a Deja card. 4 make an additional. Joe's got a good array of colors showing too. One of everything. Joe bets one again. This time Noor bets two. Open with the ally. Try and get Daisha to 15. Moriarty 5 for the KO, and then he can play an additional special. Any hero shifts it and moves it to Zorro. And he plays the Math Genius. Now, Noor doesn't have any negates in his deck aside from the one Any Hero Merlin, so let the cycling nonsense begin. I think Noor has enough attacks here. He's going to try and take somebody out. Math Genius is really nice because you don't have to reveal what you get, so you can just get another Math Genius and endlessly cycle, run your opponent out of actions, which some decks like to do if you have the defense. Could grab a big attack, could grab a big defense, could grab a intellect power card to use with that Napoleon of Crime. Moriarty is his only 8 ranker, unlike Noor who has 2 of them, so does kind of got to keep Moriarty alive. Another 4. 1 energy on the mummy. Takes it. Joe deliberating what the counterplay is. Try and take Deja out with the 6 or make him spend. Oh, wow. Noor doesn't even think about spending the cloud surfing to keep her alive. Just death. It's fine. Grim Reaper. And Joe might have a couple ways to stop this. He also might let it hit. He lets it hit. Noor calls Intellect and gets 1 card. That's crazy. Joe trying to negate off the 4. Whoopsies. Showed him he has a 7 power card in hand. Just the mummy teammate avoid and draw would be live if he did just throw that power card. Just a big ol' 7. Zorro bringing lots of venture. Teamwork for the kill. Disorient. Joe was hoping he would start with that. That 7 from Zorro is a kill shot, though, so I don't know if he has something in hand to stop that. Maybe his own any power card. Huh, Joe plays his own Hades. And Noor had his own stop a teamwork and power card. And he did have the Mummy avoid and draw, so Noor wisely changed that play from throwing the power card to the special. That was pretty big gamble from Joe, because if Noor had just thrown the 7 from Zorro instead of the teamwork, he would have KO'd Moriarty right there. Nothing he could have done about it. That was a pretty big gamble. But it paid off for him. The inventor is fearless. One place card to 2. Whoopsies, Noor accidentally moved his missions up. And there was a Hades played, so... Joe points it out to him, and they did fix it. Time Traveler. I think that's the heal. Heal an ally. Power card on Moriarty. There's the Merlin. Noor also had drew the Deja draw 3, so I think they're even on cards now. Freya to the round table. Looks like Joe's going for a full place out, and Noor's going to match him. Oof, Time Traveler, discard a place card on 3 characters, so he can just force the Merlin with that turn. Noor bets 2. Joe's doing the count. I think it's 9-9. Joe bets 1. I'm shocked, I tell you. Shocked. And he runs. No defense. Now we got some missions moving. Both Hades are gone. It's nice, especially for Noor, who knows he can bet big. Close the game out if he draws some serious gas. Oof, Noor with 2 dupes. Looks like a teamwork only playable by Deja. And a Zorro 5. A repost. Riposte. Full heal with Morgan. That is going to be clutch if Joe can pull it off. It's going to take him a couple turns, though, to play the full heal and the Time Traveler discard 3. Looks like both players bid 2. Joe's going to stand his ground this fight. Noor leads with a teamwork. Oof. A 2 for the kill. Where's Joe's defense? Does he have a... He blocks it with a 5. I like Noor's classic brawler beatdown deck. Plays the time traveler card to eat the Merlin. Yep. Kind of has to. Otherwise, it's a 3-for-1. Get the cloud surfing and a 7 and the ally. Oh, wow. He lets Moriarty die, or rather had no other option. I wonder if Joe couldn't have placed out and ran one extra hand to try and find like a fairy or some more power cards to get that Napoleon of Crime off. It's just really unfortunate. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm dumb. He doesn't have the full heal. It's a Morgan negate. So that changes things. I think he has a Reaper or some, maybe not a Reaper. He's got to have something to play that Time Traveler card just to beat the Merlin. Ooh, there we go. Gemini. Nothing to stop it. Maybe goes back and gets the Time Traveler card, or make Noor think he's going to get it. Noor rightfully dumps the 7 ASAP. A Mummy near death too. It's the interesting thing about this full Asclepion build is like there's so many. He's going to heal off the 7. Not the 1 and draw a card. Interesting. Yeah, I kind of wish he healed the 1 because Mummy can just soak that. He does go back for the Time Traveler card. Can finally get rid of that cloud surfing. 1-for-1, not nearly as devastating. And a 5, a repost from Zorro for the kill. Oh no, this is falling apart for Joe. Yeah, I would have liked to see a concession this hand too and then go for the next hand. I think he would have had a lot more defense, maybe drawn the actual full heal for Morgan or something else. And he can get those draw and attacks going. Yeah, running now is just kind of like a bummer. Like, he does get the Sun Wukong full heal, but he's lost his Mummy and his max 8, and he had 2 Mummy cards left. Tis unfortunate. I think Noor letting Deja go was pretty clutch. I think that his deck is kind of made to do that. And then even after Deja's gone, he can just transformation trickery everything onto Jane and let her go. So it's gonna be very hard to get rid of both his 8 rankers. Which I like. There's that Time Traveler, avoid 1 attack. Zorro with an 8 power card and a 3 quick strokes. There's the Morgan full heal. Noor realizes he has a Deja card and throws it away. Joe draws his Merlin. But hey, we saw what Time Traveler did by himself last game with that avoid 1 attack, so you never know. Maybe Joe will take this one deep as well. We'll see. Noor goes 3 for the win. He's kind of down a card because that Morgan full heal, like his dude's fully died. He can't use that as a venture card, which is unfortunate. Ooh, 3 quick strokes right at Morgan. Just plays the Merlin to not even have to deal with it. I really don't know if there's a path to victory for Joe at this point. Like, Time Traveler can hang defensively, but how's he gonna win? Yeah, Reaper into the Freya. Just gonna pile on Morgan. All Noor needs to do is win the venture, so as long as he just avoids that 1 attack. Almost like to have seen Joe not negate the 3 quick strokes and just let Morgan die. That way, in case maybe he can get to above 15 venture, he can make that avoid 1 attack count for something. Zoro blocks with a riposte. I think that's the third one because he duped on it last hand, right? Good lord. Big attacks. Select the slain. Gonna dig for something juicy. Any hero 7. Like, I don't know what he could possibly get. I don't know what else he has left. He's down 15 venture. All of his allies and teamworks are about to be rendered useless as soon as Morgan takes another hit. Can't heal. That heal card is so clutch situationally. Like, sometimes it can cleanse like 19 venture. Like, it's insane. He gets a teamwork. And there's the 7. And there's the handshake. 17-ish minute game. That is it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Like, Noor played it expertly. Like, do not attack unless you can fully take someone down. That's how you get through Asclepion. I mean, he has lots of practice because I know Jess likes that deck, and I mean, it's very strong and very popular. Like, if you guys see Pierre's data with the top 8 and just how many people brought it overall, there's a ton of decks. Like, it does what it does very well, but if you know how to play against it, you can really mitigate that card advantage healing shenanigans that it does. So yeah, pretty simple one. I don't think Joe really had many other outs other than the hand he lost Moriarty and Mummy. I think he should have ran again, and then he would have drawn some good stuff the next hand and could have made a little bit more of a stand against Noor. But you know, it is what it is. Hindsight and all that. But the fact we're seeing time travel at all is awesome. And yeah, I really like Noor's combat deck. Big venture, big brawler. Does lots of cool stuff, kind of like a sacrificial support character. And then looked like only one card for his reserve, so really getting good value out of that transformation trickery in some games, I'm sure. Just let Zoro and Wukong stand back to back and fight everything off together. I like the build. All right, guys, that's it for round 7. Check us out in round 8 coming up next. Peace.